How are you? It is Monday. I am Jillian Leslie, host of the Blogger Genius podcast. And I just wanted to pop in today to all of my locations, my Become a Blogger Genius Facebook group, my MiloTree page, my LinkedIn, my YouTube. So hello to everybody. And again, I always have this moment where I worry that my technology is not working. So that's always my fear. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about, ready? Check it out. My new podcast episode where I was talking to a productivity expert named Dara Sklar. This is her second appearance on the show. And she did her first show, which I will link to. And then I will link to my second one, the second episode with her, where we talked about more productivity hacks. And I think these are really good. So I am now on my Facebook page, hoping that I see myself, hoping that this is working. Let's take a look. We shall see. Anyway, okay, so I wanted to talk about 5 more. Yep, there I am. Cool. Okay, it's working. So initially, she came on the show and she shared 9 productivity hacks. And you, my audience of Blogger Genius podcast, loved it. So I asked her to come back and share 5 more productivity hacks. And I, by the way, implemented so many of her first tips and ideas, like this is a good one, how should you name your files? So you download stuff, you've got PDFs, you're creating images, who knows, how do you name them? And this is what I love about Dara. What she said is name them in a way that makes sense to you. And I was like blown away because I expected her to be talking all about just the best ways to name your files, and it should have a date and it should have whatever. All she did say is add keywords to your file names so that you can search for them and use search on your computer, in your email, so that you can pull up files that are relevant. And this now relates to something we talked about in my newest episode. And I love this idea, which is set up your future self for success. It's like, what does that even mean? But you will know what I'm talking about. Have you ever, this is where I notice it, like I need to find a file and I go, oh no, where is that file? And then I think to myself, okay, what would I have named it? And then I go searching for it. And there are many times when I can't find it. But when I can find it and I think to myself, oh my God, past self, you hooked me up. You named it in a way that helped me find it later. So think about yourself as your current self and that you want to be kind to your future self. So how can you do things today that help you in the future? And so I have a 15-year-old daughter, as I mentioned, and I talk about this with her all the time because she'll have to study for a test and she'll say, oh, I want to push it off. And I go, no, do it now because your future self will be happy. So I just love that idea. I think there's something kind of interesting about being in a relationship with your future self and also your past self, and that you know yourself. So what are the best ways to name files that can help you? So just think about that conceptually. I think that is, I don't know, it's a cool idea. Okay, so the 5 productivity hacks you wish you knew sooner. These are the ones that Dara and I talked about in my most recent episode that I'm going to put a link to right now. I'm putting a link, in my, I don't know what happened, in my Facebook group. If you're not a member of it, please go join it. It's called the Become a Blogger Genius Facebook group, pretty easy. And I'd love you to come and meet me over there. But anyway, so here are the different things that Dara suggests. One is, are there tasks that you are doing over and over again that you could automate? And so think about that. So for example, are there emails you are writing over and over again that you can make templates for in, say, Google, in Gmail, or whatever your email service provider, whatever you're using for email. But that's a really good idea so that you're not constantly reinventing the wheel. So that was her first tip. The second one is, can you document tasks that are difficult? So like, I don't know about you, but like every year tax season rolls around and I do feel like I have to reinvent the wheel, or I use this example in the podcast episode. When I use my phone to take a photo of something that I need to turn into a PDF, I always forget how to do it. So it's like, can I just take a couple screenshots so that I know how to do something? Or if I'm doing some task, take some screenshots. I don't have to, when you document stuff, it doesn't have to be beautiful. It's again, setting your future self up for success. So just think about, if you know that you're never going to remember how to do something while you're doing it, just take screenshots. Okay, the next one, and this one I really like, we named it piggybacking. And this is where you can do two tasks at once. So for example, I used this example, which is you're straightening your drawer out. And while you're straightening your drawer out, can you go through your clothes and take out the ones that you want to take to Goodwill? So where can you're doing something. So today I was in my cabinet and I was looking for something that I couldn't find. And I noticed that my business cards were just like splayed all over. So I thought to myself, while I'm looking for this, I will take 2 seconds and organize my business cards so that in the future they're neater, and I can also look for the mechanical pencils. So how can you, when you're doing one task that might be a pain in the butt, how can you do another one that's just easier to do right then and there? Okay, and then the next one is writing down. This is similar to documentation. It's just taking it a little step further, and that is setting up procedures, how certain things work in your business. And this ties really well to the fifth tip, which is then how can you outsource tasks that you hate or that take a lot of time but don't provide a lot of value, and you can go onto a service like Upwork and find somebody to hire to do these tasks. So this is where setting up procedures, documenting those procedures, and then going and hiring somebody to do certain tasks is really easy. You've got like 1, 2, 3. So for example, what I do when I have a bunch of different VAs, and I go through the task and I record my screen and I go through whatever the process is. But when I'm recording it, I'm not using the person's name because I don't know how long they're going to work for me. And I want to be able to, if this doesn't work out, hire somebody else for it. So I go through the task while I'm recording my screen, explaining exactly what I'm doing, putting together any documents. I put these like I then upload them to YouTube as unlisted videos. I have a Google Sheet where I just keep track of all of these links to these videos, and with logins and passwords and things like that. Everything is there so that I can easily hire somebody. There was a task that I forgot what it was I was doing, and I thought, I hate this. I hate this task. I want to hire somebody for it. So I literally went through the task one time, recorded my screen, documented everything, and then went to Upwork and hired somebody to do it. And I remember it took me like 20 minutes from start to finish. And I was like, oh my God, I just was able to give that task to somebody else where it made sense for me financially to hire somebody to do this so I didn't have to do it and I could do higher level tasks that make me more money. So think about that in your business. And it's actually pretty easy. So what I do when I hire somebody is I say, I only hire for tasks. I don't hire like a person who's going to do, hey, you're going to be my total VA. Or doesn't work like that for me. What I do is hire somebody for a specific task, give them the training materials, tell them to please email me for any questions that they have. Like, I'm totally an open book. I want to hear from them. And I say, we're going to reevaluate this in 2 weeks and go, does this work? Does it work for you? Does it work for me? And that way, if it's not working, it's really easy to let that person go and we go both part ways with like good feelings. it's not bitter or weird or awkward, because we know that we're going to have this moment to reassess where we both can commit. And then if we do commit and I really like this person who's working for me, guess what? I say, hey, do you have more bandwidth? Could you do more tasks for me? And then over time, I hire this person for more and more tasks, and then they end up being indispensable. And that is how I have found my most successful VAs and assistants. So think about that. Like, you don't have to commit to a big thing up front. The more specific it is, the more outlined it is, the more this person can go, okay, here is how the task works, and I can follow these instructions, the better. So open-ended and vague, not good. Lots of communication and lots of direction. So these are the 5 tips that Dara and I talked about. Hello, Chris Ann. I didn't even see you there. Hello there. Happy Monday to you too. Oh wait, Chris Ann, I think we need to set up a time for me to come into your group. I'm sorry about that. Just will you reach out to me and let me know what dates work for you? Okay. So I also wanted to, let's see what I've got on my agenda today. I want to do a product update on MiloTree Easy Payments. I'd love your opinion on this. We are thinking of changing the name of MiloTree Easy Payments. It's a lot. The URL looks big. We are thinking of changing it to MiloTreeCart.com. So if you have an opinion about that, I would love to hear it. I think it's just easier to remember. It's a shorter URL. And we are a cart. We are a way for you to get paid. In fact, let's see if we are the easiest way to collect credit card payments from your audience. It's funny. So this is, what I keep hearing. It's people going, I want to sell stuff to my audience. I just don't want to have, Kathleen, I'm so glad you just listened to the episode and that you got good takeaways. Oh, that makes me really happy. It's good to see you here. Okay, so anyway, people want to sell to their audiences. I promise you, if you have an audience, there is money to be made selling directly to them, because they are saying, hey, I like you. I want to learn from you. I want to be kind of part of your community. And chances are these are people who will take out their credit card and pay you for more. So just be thinking about that. But this is what we are building. And in fact, later today, we are rolling out a new kind of dashboard to make it even easier to set up products, which are things like paid workshops, memberships, coaching, digital downloads. You can do all of that with MiloTree Easy Payments. You could even sell courses. So this is what we are about. And our philosophy is different than a lot of other companies. So for example, we are not an all-in-one platform like Kajabi, because the feedback I have gotten over and over again is, go try and learn Kajabi. It's actually really complicated. Plus, people end up, it's supposedly an all-in-one solution. And yet people are hacking together solutions because, say, they want their own email service provider attached to it, or their own God knows what. They're having to integrate, and it becomes incredibly complicated, incredibly expensive. And we just want to solve that. We are here for female creators to sell to their audiences in the easiest way possible. So I'm like, go create a membership. Just use MiloTree Easy Payments to get paid, and set it all up in a private Facebook group. Like, instead of taking your people and thinking you're going to move them off of a platform they know, like Facebook, onto some other platform and make them, say, download an app on their phone. All I say is you've got a couple tools that people know how to use. Zoom, Facebook, YouTube videos to watch, like that. And then and they know how to use email. So therefore, the way that you contact your people in your membership, in your workshop, you sell goods to, email. Deliver your products via email. Like, it is the easiest way. So all I want to do is make it easy for you, using platforms using platforms your audience knows. And it is super cost effective. So with MiloTree Easy Payments, you could set it all up for free. And we only take a transaction fee. Therefore, we're not charging a monthly fee. We just charge you 5% of your sales. So we don't make money unless you're making money. Therefore, I'm super invested in your success. And I therefore want to help you set up your products for free. One, I want to kick the tires of my own product. I want to see what people are loving about it, where we can improve it. So if you want to help setting up products like a paid workshop, please reach out to me at Jillian@milotree.com. I realize I didn't make a little piece of text about that, but hopefully it will show up like that in, like, it looks like Facebook is adding kind of my transcript to the video. So hopefully you can get it there. And if in fact you want to set up a paid workshop where you're like, I don't know what to teach, I've got your back. I have a free PDF worksheet to help you ideate, come up with your idea. And all I'm going to say is this would be a 1-hour workshop on Zoom where you can show up and teach your audience something concrete, something smaller than you think, that gives them a win, that isn't abstract, it's actually concrete, and pushes people forward on whatever journey they are looking to move forward on. Therefore, you can get this if you go to milotree.com/workshop idea. And you can get this free download and start coming up with an idea for your workshop. Super easy. We really want to help you succeed. And again, as I'm going to say it, what I want to say is if you have an audience, you've got money there and you've got to just figure out how to unlock it. And I want to help you unlock a new revenue stream, a new way to build your business. So if you're monetizing via ads on your blog, via sponsored content, this is a whole new way of creating an income stream. I think it's incredibly powerful. I'm super excited about it. So let me know, reach out to me, Jillian@milotree.com, and we'll get on a call and the whole 9 yards, and I'll hear about your business and how I can help you. So, oh, good. Okay, Chris Ann. Well, okay. So let me now see. And again, this is the easiest way to sell workshops, memberships, and coaching. Okay. And if you are not already listening to my podcast, the Blogger Genius podcast, I recommend you do. I recommend you subscribe. I've got a good episode coming up on Wednesday, all about TikTok, but not just TikTok for TikTok's sake, TikTok for growing your business, TikTok for getting sales, TikTok for awareness, for building a community. So I think you're going to really like it. So that will drop on Wednesday, midnight Central Time. So be on the lookout for that. And I will be back here next Monday. I might even pop in on Friday just to say hello, talk about what's been going on over here, hear how you are, and also sharing some takeaways from people that I am talking to, whether it be in podcasts, whether it be helping to set up memberships, workshops. My big takeaway though is, okay, so wait, Chris Ann, the less fiction, the more success. Now text are still what people know. Yes. I love this. Exactly. Chris Ann is saying, be where your people already are. Don't try to get them onto a platform that they don't understand. Like really make it easy. Make it easy. And that's what we try to do with our product. So my takeaway just from my most recent podcast episode, Kathleen, tell me if you agree with this, is set up your future self for success. Like be on your own side. Like go like, hey, future girl, future Jillian, I want you to be happy in your future life. So I'm going to do the extra heavy lifting today so you don't have to do it in the future. Like I don't know why that concept resonates with me. I just think it's like, it's a perfect way to express self-love, to be there for yourself. Like, how cool is that? All right, so I want to leave you with that thought to think about, to cogitate on, and to add a little more kindness into the world. even if it's just for ourselves. Like, how great is that? All right. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Monday, and I will be popping in again soon.